Love is a funny thing. Whenever I give it, it comes back to me. And it's wonderful.
Diabetes is a condition in which the body cannot properly regulate the amount of glucose in the bloodstream.
Patients with type 1 diabetes do not produce insulin in the pancreas. Without insulin, the glucose in the blood cannot move into the cells. Therefore, no ATP is produced.
More than just a partner or a lover.
In type 2 diabetes, insulin is produced in the pancreas, but the cells cannot use the insulin properly.
Type 1 diabetes is genetically passed down.
2 diabetes is caused by an unhealthy sedentary lifestyle, such as eating unhealthy and not working out.
Feet can't feel the ground.
Symptoms of type 1 and type 2 diabetes include frequent urination, dehydration, and fatigue.
Around your face when you love.
The hemoglobin A1C test measures what percentage of your hemoglobin is coated with sugar. The higher your A1C level, the poorer your blood sugar control and the higher your risk of diabetes complications.
In love is a funny thing.
To determine if someone is diabetic, a glucose tolerance test is performed.
This test is used to measure the amount of glucose in the blood over a period of time.
Got each other. And I am right beside you. More than just a
An insulin test determines whether someone has type 1 diabetes or type 2.
when you love someone.
Dietary recommendations for someone with diabetes include limiting your fats, sugars, and carbs, but making sure you get your fiber and vitamins and minerals.
A recommended meal for a diabetic would be a chicken breast because it's a lean meat and provides protein, along with green beans because it's a healthy vegetable, and also an apple because it has good sugars.
When you love someone.
A current treatment option for someone with type 1 diabetes is an insulin pump. An insulin pump releases small amounts of rapid-acting insulin to keep blood glucose levels steady between meals and during sleep.
While an insulin pump is effective for a type 1 diabetic, a type 2 diabetic cannot benefit from extra insulin. Instead, they take medications such as metformin. Medications like these lower the amount of glucose that the liver releases into the bloodstream.
To prevent or get rid of type 2 diabetes, a person can eat healthy, be active, and have a positive attitude.
Your heartbeat beats so loud when you love someone. Your feet can't feel the ground.
Primary care physician may be the first person to request that you be tested for diabetes. That request may be based on blood tests as well as symptoms that you've been having that could indicate diabetes.
This can help a patient with diabetes eat healthier and help them understand why they need to eat these foods.
Through counseling, a psychologist can help a patient with diabetes cope with their disease and have a positive mindset.
Diabetic ketoacidosis is a problem that occurs in people with diabetes. It occurs when the body cannot use sugar or glucose as a fuel source because there is no insulin or not enough insulin. Fat is used for fuel instead. Byproducts of fat, called ketones, build up in the body.
I was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning.
I'm Dr. Mike Riley, a type 2 diabetic.
You diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
I was about 46.
Some changes you had to make in your diet and your lifestyle after you were diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
Diet, occasional blood testing, exercise, and taking Januvia.
What are some of the daily symptoms that you have of type 2 diabetes?
Dry mouth, nausea, pain in my feet, tingling in my hands and my toes, and sores that don't heal up very quickly.
What is the hardest change that you had to make once you were diagnosed?
Well, of course, exercise and diet control and taking a regular injection daily is very difficult.
What is one of the hardest complications that you've had with type 2 diabetes?
Well, the pain that and tingling that I have in my feet, and having to exercise, particularly via walking and other exercises that I do, bike riding. It's very difficult and very painful on my feet. It makes it very difficult to do exercise.
What could happen to you if you don't maintain this healthy lifestyle?
Well, of course, the ever-present problem would be that my condition would worsen, and I could have a heart attack or a stroke or some other very, very serious medical condition, up to and including death.